Hello everybody and welcome, this is Shield Maiden DK and today we're progressing further into human fast food. We're gonna make those sweet human patties, we are gonna make this sizzling brain, the nibbles and the finger fries. Hopefully I don't screw it up too much, I am a little tired today so I might screw some items up today, just so you know. Let's start turning on the grill. Opening this, opening this. Good. So, let's look at our inventory. We should be all set. We did our work last time. Good. We have here 4 brains. We have 4 ear soups. We have 5 meat pies and 5 blood cakes. So all in all we're good. Let's just take a quick look at the recipes just to remember. Let's see. Ear soup, we remember that. Donut. That's the meat pie. Flour, milk, tomato, onion, a booby. That is cooked in there and this and then oven. Okay. Brain is just in the oven. Bloody cake is 2 eyes, milk, flour, sugar, and in this and then in this, and that's where we are right now. Good. We're gonna take up some paper here and then let's head into the first day here. Open up the windows. We are open for business. We are ready to fry up all your goodies, your human goodies for you. So let's head into it. Let's get to it. Let's get busy. Good. Our first customer of the day. What are you going to order, good chest? Stand here, wait for it. Chomp, chomp. You want a brain? Okay. So we will go get you a brain. 1 brain goes into the oven. Close the hatch. Turn it on. What about you, sir? You want the beer? We can do that. That we do remember. There we only need a mug. Where do we have the mug? There. Good. As I said, I might be a little confused today. Little tired. There we go. Good. That's the brain right there. You want fingers? You want ear soup? Good. And since we don't have any ear soup over our meat already, we're gonna make the ear soup from scratch. So that's 3 ears. 1, 2, 3. Over to the pot. 1, 2, 3. Then we miss an onion, a tomato, and a water. And there we step the meat and water. Put this on here. There we go. And go collect the bowl. And then we needed fingers. So we're gonna take some fingers, plop it on here. We got guests in the kitchen. So we're gonna turn off all of this. And then we're gonna take our trusty shotgun. I think the cat actually managed to take it all. I think the cat did take it all. Okay. So we didn't need to do anything. Our little invader cat did it all for us. Okay, gonna turn it all on again then. This one is ready already. Then we're gonna put this up here. That's the ear soup. There we go, the fingers ready. 1 order of finger fries, 2 mouths and a booby. So 2 mouthful and a booby. The booby goes on the griddle. These goes in here. Close it. Turn it on. Good. We now have another one here. Blood cake. We already have that one. Just gonna continue as we go. That's the booby. Put the booby up here. Booba looba looby. There you go. And these 2, we can just do same time because we will not fuck that order up. There we go. Oops. But we do still need to hit the window. Good. We need a beer. And then we needed a blood cake. We have a blood cake in here. Oops. There we go. On the beer. The beer goes here and the blood cake goes here. You want a boob? We can do that. You want a meat pie? And you want a blood cake and you wanted the beer. So beer coming up first. There we go. You want a mouthful? Good. So a mouth and a boob. Put the boob up here, the mouth in here. Then we needed a blood cake and a meat pie. There we go. And a blood cake. That's the blood cake last. There. Oops. This is the meat pie. We already have this one finished. Now we're going to fuck something up. Yeah, we fucked something up. I knew we would, because I didn't hit the window on the blood cake. So, brain and a mouth. We need a brain and a mouth. And the brain do take a little longer than the mouth to cook. Now we're just gonna take it easy, because we do not want to spoil too much a meat pie. And a meat pie, so 2 meat pies. There we go. Mouth and brain. That's the brain. Going right there. That's the mouth. Going right there. Sorry for the wait. Good. And then we have the 2 meat pies. We already have those cooked, so we're just gonna collect them here, and then when we closed all up, we will make some extra. There we go. That way we are not in such a rush right now. Oh, we actually have an extra customer waiting. Sorry sir, I didn't see you, else I wouldn't have closed all other windows. But you're actually after closing error. Okay, I need a soup. Let's just fiddle that up fast. Some ears. The reason why I keep closing the pot here is because it crisps shitly quick. There we go. There we go. And one of these. And we don't want to lose too many ingredients. There we go. And there. Good. Off with you, ta-ta. Good. So now we're gonna see what we need. We need to eat some more boobies. In here we need 3 meat pies. So that's 3 boobies. We're gonna throw on the griddle. Turn this bad boy up. Then we're gonna need 5 boobs and 2 brains to make. So 1, 2, 3. Put one in here and one in here. Wait for these to sizzle. There we go. Turn this one off. There we go. That's the brain right there. We need 1 more brain. Oops, wrong key. And 1 more brain in here. That's 2 boobies. Need some more boobies. Oh, I think we got enough. 1 boobie. Need 2 more boobies here. And we got all these sweet machines to work for us. And the brain didn't hit the target. There we go. We could, of course, just for funsy order a human to chop up. Okay. Let's see. That we needed this one. And then for the meat pie, we needed milk, flour, tomato, and onion. So flour, that's here, onion and tomato, and some milk. And then we're gonna take a bowl because we're gonna need that after. There, close the hatch, grind it together. There we go. And let's plop this in here now. There we go. Then we can open this one. We can cook them all together. That's the best thing about it. Good. We're gonna take all the ingredients from over here first. Then we do remember what we did take. And the milk. While it grinds up, we can go get the bowl we didn't take along this time. There we go. At least it do not crisp up in this one. It's not like it's getting ruined in this one. There we go. Open the hatch. Put the meat pie in. And there we go. Then we got flour, onion, tomato. 1, 2, 3. And a milk and a bowl. And because we are not hurrying, we are after closing hours, we will watch it while it cooks so they don't crisp up for us, because these are very ingredients heavy, so I would really be sad if we burnt them. There we go. Close it. Oops, wrong. And press here. While we look at that, we can see 2 ice milk and these 2. Okay. And then we're gonna throw them in bags and throw them into the fridge. So we have them stashed for next time. And I think to remember that level 30 we get the next the next recipe. See, now they're finished. There we go. Bing. Bing. And bing. And because we don't need them to be in any order, we will just get 2 of these, take all of them along, this and this, throw it in here. These are not so annoying to make as the other ones. At least I don't think so, because the ingredients are rather much together and easy to get all of them. And you don't have to cook something in advance like you have with the Boobalooby. I think that's right. There we go. It doesn't look good. I will admit that, but on the other hand, it's made with human parts. How should it look good? There we go. And a bowl. This and this. And I think we only needed 2 of the blood cake. Yes. And then we cook them together as well, just to be sure. There we go. And put it in here, close the door, and watch them while they're making. So all good, all nice. All in all, already a good day's. Oops, too early, premature. It was a little premature discharge from the oven, so back in with it. They look absolutely hideous when we make them, and they actually look kind of delicious now when we're taking them out. Look, that looks like something I could eat, like some red velvet chocolate cake, something like that. But bear in mind, it's not. There we go. All good, all set. Let's go to the booklet and look at if there's anything particularly we need. We could do with some more ears and maybe some more mouths. Ears and mouths. And another human just to start grinding up our first human. Let's take 2, just because we can. Ears and mouths. And we get, let's see, if we go into upgrades, recipes, we get the next one, the milkshake at level 30. And there we're going to make a use ice. Didn't I buy? Oh yeah, that cat puts it in place, that's right. So the cat teleports it over, so now we have all we need in here. Good, we're gonna turn the button and watch the human get grinded up. Yummy, yummy. There we go. Next one. While he's grinding, we can take these sausages and throw in here. Then we have them as extras. It's not like we emergency. It's like emergency stock if we suddenly find ourselves in need for something. Because we got the electric devices, so they can easily make the patties, the brain, the spaghettios, everything for us. I think that was all the parts. There we go. Then let's head to bed. Go into day 53. There we go. Maybe we're going to get the milkshake today. Electric cat prevent the power outages. That's good. Good. So we're gonna take up paper. Open up the oven. Open up this hatch. Turn on this appliance here. And then we should be ready for the day. So let's open all the sweet hatches and wait for our customers to come in. We're open. Remember, if you find a golden ring on your finger fries, your next meal is free. If you find a toe, you'll get a beer on the house. Come on in, come on in. You want a burger? Simply just a plain human burger. Sure thing. We gonna do that. Then we're gonna take one of each from up here. Put that on here. The two down here. There we go. Put them up here. Take the next one. A brain. Sure thing. One moment. And because it's monsters, they don't care about the order of the things in the burger. So we can do it precisely as we would like to. Mouth. Good. We will give you mouth. There. Let me get a mouth, please. Thank you very much. Watch the brain. You can see now it's white dots. And now it's yellow dots. Yellow dots means it's cooked. Put this in here. There we go. Brain for you. Boobalooby. This one ain't cooked yet. Now it is. Because there's no sounds on the oven, so you'll actually carefully have to monitor it. Unlike the grill where you can hear when it's sizzling and it's finished up. Good. Spaghetti and a beer. Okay. That one sizzled. We could hear it. So, that's a boobalooby. You want a spaghetti. That's this and this and 2 tomatoes, I think. Now I get confused. Yes, good. I thought I was right about it and we made it a million times already, but sometimes I do confuse myself as well. And as I said, I am a little confused today anyway, so it's a little tired. There we go. We could hear this one sizzle. Good. Fingers and eggs up next, and we were gonna see what the Murloc wants. A ear soup. So fingers and egg. Okay. Eye egg and fingers. We're gonna watch this because the eggs crisp up very fast. So we are not gonna leave the kitchen before the eggs is finished. That's the egg. Then the fingers done. There we go. That's the fingies. What do you want? A mouth? And you want the meat pie, so good. You want an ear soup. We're gonna make an ear soup. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Then we need this, and water. There we go. Turn it on. Then we're gonna need one of these, and we're gonna need a meat pie. There we go. And the last one wanted a mouth. So we're gonna pop the mouth in here. This is the meat pie. Oops. Turn this on when we're fucking up. There we go. Take the ear soup. And open the oven. So you can be efficient if you're lucky and you don't screw it up too much. Good. And else you will burn something, and of course that's a little annoying, but well, that's just how it is. You can't cook with fire without burning a thing or two. Good. A mouth, a meat pie, and a boob. So another meat pie, a boob, and a mouth. Gonna throw the mouth in here, turn it on, this one, and a meat pie for you. You're a new customer, you want an eye. So we're gonna need this, this, and this. Good. This one's ready to boob. Gonna turn this off for a moment. That's the boob. This one needs 2 tomatoes. There we go. The egg is finished. That's the egg. There you go. You want an egg as well, and you want a meat pie. Good. That brain is good to go. Good. That's the brain. That's for you. You want the mouth. That's ready as well down here. Good. Then we need an egg and a meat pie. So just close some of the hatches. We don't get any more customers. It's closing hours. So this one and this one. So again, we're gonna make 3 new meat pies when we finish the day. So that's all good. That's fine for me. The meat pies are easy to make when you don't have a shitload of customers waiting, because the line will drag up then. There we go. Close the hatch. And close the hatch. I know that closing the hatch is not really necessary. Good. We need to make 3 more. There we go. While these are sizzling, we can begin to make what we miss here. We miss we miss everything. There we go. I like to have 10 of each every day. That's the brain. And you could hear the sizzle of the grill. There we go. Spaghetti and brain. 1, 2, 3. We miss 1 spaghetti, 1 patty, and some boobies. So let's do this before we start making the meat pies. And I know this might be a little dull that I do this every day. I could just do it on the go while the day is running. But I like to be well prepared. That way it's much easier not to screw things up. If I also had to remember to make the meat every time, it would be much harder not to screw up anything when the customer's actually there. Oops. 3 second rule. So we're just gonna make these things. Good. And we now have the cooked boobies ready. So 1 boobalooby. Good. And it was the meat pies we were making. So that's flour, onion, tomato, milk, and bowl. So milk, close the hatch, turn it on, and again we're gonna cook them together to save some time. We could cook them individually, but why when we have space enough for more than one? And we're soon getting our next recipe, and I'm fearing what it's going to take of us. Good. Because these recipes are already kinda hard to remember. I know it seems like it's so easy to remember everything, but actually as soon as you get a lot of ingredients to throw around, you'll start forgetting what you're going to do with it. So it's not as easy as it might seem. There we go. Open the hatch, throw it in here, take the boob. There we go. And again, flour, onion, tomato. And we didn't sell any blood cakes today, as far as I remember. So we're not gonna need to make any more of them. There we go. Good. We can look at what we need. We need tomatoes for sure. We can do with one of each of every burger thing and 2 onions, 2 tomatoes. So when we finish cooking these, we're gonna order shit up. Because I don't want to spoil them while standing with my nose in the order book. Because it's, as I said last time, it's a lot of ingredients going into these. So I really don't want to spoil them. There we go. Also because after we upgraded the oven, they're rather fast. There we go. There we go. Throw them in here. Good. We need everything for the burger. Double up on onion and tomatoes. We need some flour. And I think that's about it for now. Okay. We're good on everything else. So 1 of each, 2 of this, and 2 of this. And then we need that flour. Good. Let's take 2 of them. The kitty cat is running back and forth with the bags, putting them up. So all of that is all good. We have all the helper cats we can get. We can go into upgrades and look. Appliances. Not really anything new we can unlock. Recipes are soon coming, the next one. Structure, we are all upgraded. Helpers, we have everything. We only have customization still we can do. Let's just look down here. We have new ceilings. I actually like this one. Should we? Let's go with this one. Floor. Let's look at the new ones. That's a little too light, isn't it? We could go with our old. Let's do that. Walls. Walls. We could make something new if we want to. There's a lot of stuff you can customize your shop with. This looks kinda gory. Velvet. Body. You see, basically it's the same pattern for everything, so you can go totally uniform room if you want to. Good. Let's head into bed and start day 54. Now we're basically more or less just accumulating money. We will not, the electric cat power outages again. We will not buy the next recipe before the day is done, because else we're gonna have to start and learn a new recipe in the middle of the day. And to be honest, that's going to be fucking annoying. So let's open up all the appliances. And open up the windows. There we go. We are ready for the day. So let's just get cooking. We like cooking with food, human meat. Okay, a meat pie. That's one of those fuck tarts we don't want to deal with. There we go. Easy peasy. And you, a beer. We can do a beer. 1 beer coming your way, sir. And that one's just ridiculous fast. We were already fast before we upgraded it, to be honest. A beer. A blood beer. The helper cat do not touch human meat though. So even you have the helper cat, you're still gonna... Oops. You're still gonna do all with the meat yourself, because the helper cat is not touching human meat. So kept it simple, and you're alone in the kitchen and you'll never get helpers to make the food with you. Another brain. Now you can see, now it's a good thing we have these extra, because we already have the oven up runnings with this one. So instead of clocking up our pot, we can now serve up the extra one from the fridge, and that way we don't clog up the pot. If anyone else needs something for the pot. Not it's a big deal, but I think it's a good idea to run it that way. Now we anyway got the fridge. Because else, if everyone here orders something from the pot, like either soup and the brain or the spaghetti, then we're gonna clog the pot, and then we're not able to do the things we want to do with it. So, water, onion and tomatoes. There we go, turn it on. Then we can see what the next one wants. A beer. Basically good. Lots of going with the beer today. There we go. Put that one up. Take the souby. You can hear the beer is already done. New recipe upgrade available. Yeah. Now we reach level 30. We will shine in it when the day is done. A mouth, a burger, and a blood cake. So, a mouth, a burger, and a blood cake. There we go. This one we're just gonna deliver right on. This one is going up here. This one's going over here. So there we go. Then we can take the next one just to see what we're dealing with. A brain. We should be able to do these two before this crisps up. This one is ready. This one is ready. So the burger we're setting up over here. There we go. That's the mouth. And then we're gonna go out here. We do remember we missed some tomatoes extra. But we do only have 3 spots available. So let's pack up the burger. And then put this one over. There we go. And then the burger can be delivered. There we go. You want the boob. You want the brain. And you want the mouth. And you want that one too. And this one I knew was going to be finished now, so we didn't clog it up. So you're going out the door. And we need a boob, a brain, and a mouth. All the parts you need for a relationship. Boobs, brain, and mouths. There we go. And let's see. Then we can just take some ingredients for the spaghetti. There we go. Because we haven't clocked it up. There we go. Turn that one on. And look here, those are finished without burning anything. That's the boobalooby. You want an ear soup and you want an egg. So that's easy as well. This one's finished. Good, that's the brain there. Another brain going out the door. That's the mouth. I like to serve it up one thing at a time, because else you can miss it around and unwillingly give the wrong item to the wrong person. Good. And we have one coming in there. What do you want? Eyes. So 2 eyes and a boob on the grill. There we go. Going to the grill. 1, 2, 3. Then we have an ear soup and the brain. We should be able to catch the brain, throw it in here, and then take the eggs. Yes. The eggs I'm not afraid of packing up and doing together, because we can't really fuck it up when it's the same item, can we? I think it's kind of hard. That's the boob. You're the booby. And the brain is done. And then we only have the ear soup left, and we will just make it on the fly, since that's the last customer of the day. Good, so we're turning this one off firstly. Then we're gonna grab 3 dried ears. Water. Tomatoes and onions. Turn that on. Go for bowl. Put up paper. We got good time now. And then we're gonna juggle with the milkshakes. I'm not sure if we're going to make them advanced or not. We will see when we get the recipe in a moment. Good. We serve 1 blood cake and 1 meat pie. So we're gonna need 1 blood cake and 1 meat pie. So anyway, we're gonna make 1 booby. And then we're gonna need these 2 and this one. Throw that in here. Wait for the sizzle. Close the appliance. Then we need this, this and this. Then we will just cook it together. Because we have enough space for both the meat pie and the cake right now. That was the cake. Then we have the meat pie. Throw the boob in there. Flour, onion, tomato. Milk and bowl. Milk. Close the hatch. Turn on the machine. And then just be patient. All about patience all the time. But we do have all the time in the world when we are off the hours here. And I think preparation is a really good thing in this game. Because it will be stressing to make all of these on the fly while people are waiting and the line is just getting longer and longer. It is like when people get to the hatch, they have unlimited patience almost, but when they're standing in line behind the hatch windows, they have a patient bar going down if you're not fast enough. And these, since they're both going to the fridge, we do not really care about what order we got them in. Good. Now we're gonna make, let's see, we missed 2 brains, 3 of these, 1 of these and 3 of these. So we're needing a human again. There we go. So we can go here. And we're gonna need to order, let's order 3 humans. Just to be good. Take 3 humans. We got a little selection here, 2 males and a female. 2 blacks and 1 white. Gonna grind them up. Yum 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 yum. Making all these delicious human sausages. Aren't you getting hungry? Or something? It is a little gory, it's all okay, it could be much worse. Good, we're taking 3. And we need a little of everything. So we're just putting in like that. There we go. There we go. Good. We need 1 more of these 2 and 1 more patty. The patty we have. So let's take a look at what we have here. Okay, so we don't get too much meat. We have brain and the patty. We need 1 of these and 2 of these for now at least. So 2 boobies and 1 spaghetti. There we go. All good. And then we're gonna unlock the milkshake. Upgrades, recipes. That's the second last, and then we get the human heart lastly. We now have milkshake. Let's look at what the milkshake needs. Okay, milkshake needs brain. Plus this, plus ice. So sugar, milk, ice in this and in a cup. So we are needing to make them on the fly or before. And this brain doesn't look cooked, so we're gonna try it first with an uncooked brain. Yeah, looks like we're right. And we need to order ice. So let's order ice. Let's just order up to 20. We can order some sugar too and some milk. We have enough money for it. And that's gonna do its job. So we're gonna need for it sugar, milk, and ice. I think this is right. And then we need a cup. And we are making 5 of them to have in here, just to begin with. Let's see. That's the milkshake right there. Oh yeah, that's right. We need to package it before we throw it in the fridge. So 1 brain, 1 milk, 1 ice from over here. There we go. 1 cup and some sugar from over here. There we go. Blend it up. Not that terrible an recipe to remember. I was almost saying opskrift because recipe on Danish is opskrift. There we go. Put it on there, please. There we go. Good. So, brain, ice, milk, and cup and sugar. Now we've got the first 3 done. All good, all nice. There we go. Put it in the cup. There we go. Let's see, we can turn it over so we can see. We missed 2 more. So 1, 2, 3. Buckle my knee. There we go. This one and sugar, sugar. Sugar, sugar. You're mine. And done. That's the second last. Number 4 right here. And then we're gonna make 1 more. That's the last one. And then we're gonna need to make some more brains because we just used up 5 of the brains we had in storage. So, we're gonna need some of these and make some brains. There we go. No, throw it on. Thank you. I have a little throat problems today. That's how it is. There we go. Okay. So we're gonna need to make 5 more brains. We're gonna just put it in here, let the machine do its wonders. That's the first 3. There we go. And 2 more. And when they're done, we will take the leftover sausages and put in our extra box. There we go. Because I know it's not a hard recipe to remember, but when we're having multiple monsters that's hungry and waiting in line, it's nice enough to be able just to pick them out of the fridge. And they don't spoil in there, so that's a good thing. More sausages. There we go. And then we're going to bed. Going into day 55, the first day of us having milkshakes on the menu. Oh, one moment. Let's see when we get the last recipe. Last recipe is in 3 levels. There we get the human heart. We do not have anything else we can... No. So let's head to bed. And go into day 55. Going to be exciting. Going to be good. So let's turn on all of our items. Make ready. And open up. There we go. We're open. Remember, if you want me to finger you, if you find a ring, the menu is free. If you find a toe, you'll get a... Either, let's make it either a beer or milkshake on the house if you find a toe in your finger fries. And if you get a piercing, a tongue piercing in your mouth donuts, you'll get your meal for free as well. What would you like? A blood cake, of course. blood cakes we could make on the fly, but I would like it to be easy for us. And it is easier just to serve it up like that. This one is so easy to make right away. There we go, that's the beer, my dear. For you, and you want this one, so 1 water, 1 meat, put them over there. 2 tomatoes, put it in here, there we go, turn that one on. Hello green fellow, you want the mouth? We will give you mouth. Put it in here. Turn on the oven, not this one, the oven. There we go, turn this one off. Let's look at the mouth. There we go, it turned from glistening white to glistening yellow. So now the mouth is ready to be served. There we go. An egg and a boobaloo. So, an egg and the breast. There we go. And you, another egg. So let's just hurry up, take that one. We reached it in time. There we go, you're the first egg up. Both finished. Good. That's the egg. Take the order here, take some money there. Another boob. Okay. Boobylicious. You were the first boob up. I try to remember what order they're coming in, but sometimes it's hard to remember. So. And you want the mouth. So a mouthful for you. Turn that on. That's crisp. There we go. Boob. You want beer? Yes, my dear, I will get your beer. There we go. And this one's ready. That's the mouth. And remember to put up the paper, because else you cannot serve it. It will just toss it over the counter if you try to serve it without the paper. There we go. A burger, a manurger, and a brain. So, a brain, and these two. And then the brain in here, not on the floor, in here. There we go. Take this one over here. Then we missed the 3 top ingredients for the burger. There we go, that's the burger right there. And over here the brain should be finished around now. There we go. Also, when you played it a little time, you get kinda a feeling of how long time the things need in the oven and on the grill before it starts being finished. Beer, yes. Yes, my dear, you get free beer. Oh no, you actually have to pay for it, but it sounded nice. That's the beer right there. Fingerlings. There we go. It sounded nice with free beer, didn't it? Good, a beer. Lots of people wanting the beer. What about you? A boob? Let's put the boob for sizzling then. Take the beer over here. And there we go. That's the beer for you. You want the burger? Sure thing. Take a burger patty, put it on the grill. This should be finished around now. As you can see, I got a little idea about when things are going to be finished now. Not that I'm expert or anything, but we do have a slight idea of it, but we still do crisp things from time to time. That's the burger, right there. You want a mouth, and you want the beer. So, no more customers waiting, so let's close up these. A beer and a mouth. There we go. There we go. There. That's the beer, my dear. Then we're gonna wait for the mouth to turn yellow in color here. There we go. And then we're gonna serve that one up. And then we're gonna make ready for the next day once again. None want the milkshake today. That's a little bummer. Now it's our newest contender on the menu, but that's just how it is. You cannot plan ahead what people want and do not want. Okay, let's see. We want one blood cake. So that's this one and two of these. It's this one, and this one. Did we serve up any meat pies today? I don't think we did. No, that's the ear soup. Meat pies, no. So only one blood cake to be made, and then we're gonna make the meat ready for tomorrow. So while that's in here, we will take a look. We need one of these two and a few more of the others. So this one and this one. We only need one of each. Oh, a little premature again. Sometimes that happens to the best, even the best. There we go. Let's wait for this one now. Of course, if we burn a singular one, that's not that bad. But when we do 3 or 4 at a time in the oven, it's a bummer to burn them. Okay, we need patties and boobies. So, patties and boobies. Just let the machinery work. There we go. And put the boobies up here. Patty here, and then we need one more patty. Patty works at the railway. There we go. And we are ready with the patio. Good. All nice. So now we're heading into day 56. Day 56 in this dump. And the cat prevented electric shortages again. There we go. And one moment, I just have to ask something in real life. And sorry all, I'm back. Husband just had to tell me something. Let's open up the day. Get ready for it. There we go. I'm sorry. Real life before everything else, I think. We all sometimes have to take a moment to tend to real life things. Happens to even the best of us. Let's see, a brain. Brain. We still have one more ingredient. That must be the human heart. I'm curious. I hope that's just an oven thing, but we will never know before we get it. A burger. Let's make a burger. There we go. Oops, not double cheese. Not double cheese. Brain is ready. Brain is ready for you, sir. Now you got a brain. Another burger. Okay. And that was with onion, so that was the top half we already took. There we go. First burger's done. For you. You want a blood cake, so we're gonna take a patty and a blood cake here in the fridge. There we go. Blood cake is already ready. There we go. And this one. Then we can tend to the burger while we wait. There we go. There. And these two. And the patty. Right there. Put it up here. A boob and a pasta. So, take everything from over here first. Put them in here. There we go. And 2 tomatoes. And on the floor a little extra spice for you. Fingers. For those who doesn't understand, that's because Murlocs in World of Warcraft say kinda like that. Good. There we go. The spaghetti. And some fingerlings. Gonna finger that monster good. Your fries are up and ready to crisp. Fingers for you. And fingers for you. Everyone's going wild for getting fingered today. There we go. And you, sir, an egg. An egg. Good. That's an easy one. Good. Fingerlings. We are not that critical about these right now. There we go. Just take the egg off. That's some fingers. More fingers. Gonna take these two. And put the egg up for serving. That's right there. You want the blood cake. You want the boob and you want the burger. So, boob, burger, and cake. Cake served first. There you go. Boob and burger. And you, an egg. Okay. So we're gonna take an egg and then we're gonna take the lower 2 ingredients for the burger. There we go. And pop the egg over here. Because that way we can do it like this. There we go. That's the boob. That's the egg. There we go. And then we need the top 3 ingredients for the burger. There we go. Then we have less trip out into the warehouse. A spaghetti, an eye, and a boob. So a spaghetti, eye, and boob. Let's put eye and boob over first. And then we're gonna take 2 tomatoes. As I said, we do have extra in the fridge. Oops, the eye is ready. There we go. There we go. Then we should be able to reach these 2 now. Put these up here. Boobalooby up here. There we go. That's the booby. You, my little fellow, you want a milkshake. The first milkshake. Sure thing, and a brain. Good. So we're gonna serve the spaghetti first. Then we're gonna take the milkshake. There we go. And the brain. The brain is easy. That's just the oven. There we go. And that's the milkshake right there. And you want beer. That's an easy one as well. We should be close now. A beer. So, tend to this one. There we go. The brain is done. All good, all nice. There we go. And the beer. There we go. So now, we're just gonna make ready for the next day once again. We're gonna make a milkshake, so 1 of each of these. There we go. And a cup and some sugar. Oh, sugar, sugar. There we go. And toss that on here. There we go. That's the milkshake right there. Then we need to make a few blood cakes as far as I remember. Let's take a look. We need 2 blood cakes. That's not bad. These 2 and the milk. And then we're gonna need a bowl and these 2. There we go. Put that in there. Crank that bitch up. And there we go. And let's do that one more time just to be funny. Meat sucker cat, do your job please. There we go. It's a little slow pokey, the meat sucker cat sometimes. I'm actually very surprised at how well our soldier cat took the last invasion. Because it annihilated it. We didn't need to do shit for that invasion. So that's nice. Crank that in here. There we go. Let's take a visual. We need a little of everything. We need 6, 9, 11. So we might buy an extra human just in case. Grind one more up. We love grinding our humans here. Grinding the meat. Like every good monster chef. Let's just take 2. That way we have for some time. Should we take 3? Let's take 3 just for the funsier of it. Because we can carry 3. Not that we particularly need it, but we have the money, we have the time, and we can carry them. So let's look at all the glory. The small ghost cats are just fiddling around. They have nothing to do right now, except the sucker cat that's going to suck up some meat when they hit the floor. There we go. And the last one. While that one's making, we can begin to make our delicious things here in the kitchen. There we go. The meat for the spaghetti we only need 1 of, so 2 of, sorry. These 2 is finished. These 3 is finished. And I think we have... Okay, we missed 1 patty. And do we miss a boob? Or do we have 3 boobs? No, we miss 1 boob and 1 patty. 1 boob and 1 patty. While they're making, we might as well just put these in here. We should have a good amount of excessive human sausages. There we go. Good. Patty. And booby. There we go. Good. Is there anything we miss urgently? We could do with some more water, some more ice, and some more cups. So, water, ice, and cups. So, water, ice, and mugs. There we go. The little caddy is going to work now because that's his job. And he's done his. So we can go to sleep. Day 57's coming up. There we go. And then we're just gonna do as we do all other times. Start with opening up the bad boy here. And then just opening all the shutters. There we go. We're now ready for day 57 in this little dungeon we cannot get out of. Serving lovely human meat to lovely customers. All in all, fantastic work we have here. So, Come on in, little one. They're so slow. I like that sticking out, the little worm sticking out. Good, you want one of those. So let's start putting up one of those. Good. And a beer. So there we go. And this one's finished. There we go. For you. You want an ear soup? All good. We didn't clock up because the other one was finished. What do you want? Blood cake? Yeah, that will have to wait. Because right now we are making ear soup. So we can take the blood cake along with this one. There we go. And find the blood cake in here. There we go. Serve the blood cake. Take the next order. Take the soup. That's a meat pie. That's an easy one since we have it in the fridge. Absolute horrendous if we have to make it on the go. There we go. Why didn't... Oh, I didn't package it. As I said, I do have my head a little up the ass today. An egg. Okay. So, an egg. Not that we done terrible for me being a little confused today. Hello. You want a beer? Yes. One moment. There you go. There. And the beer. We have a good pace today here. It's not like we have a humongous line of people waiting. A burger? Yes. We just leveled up. There's nothing new we get. Not yet. You want a mouth? Yes. So, mouth and take the two lower for the burger. There we go. Put the mouth in. Let that drizzle. There we go. And this one's ready over here. There we go. This one should be ready as well. There we go. That's the mouth. Serve it up along with the burger. There we go. You want the blood cake and you want an egg. So blood cake and egg. Blood cake and egg. Egg on the grill. Blood cake to the customer. A boob. Gonna take a boob out. That's right. Right there. That's the egg. Right for you. You, sir, want fingers. Wants a little of everything today. There we go. A good variation today. Not much sale in my meat pies though. Let's just wait for these because I knew they were beginning to be finished. Meat pie. Milkshake. Oh. Just as we complained about the milkshake not selling well. We got milkshake first and then meat pie. So the meat pie is going to be served up first. There you go. And then this one. And you want the milkshake as well? Sure. I apparently just have to complain and then everyone wants it. There we go. It happens a lot in games, I think. When I start to complain about something, then suddenly the game changes and wants me to do what I complain about. They didn't want me to. I find it a little funny. There we go. And you want a mouth? Yes. There we go. In the oven with that. Sizzle dizzle. And last customer, a brain. So you're gonna wait a moment because the oven is currently occupied. There we go. The oven is no longer occupied. So I'm gonna throw this one in here. Serve the mouth. He's coming out of the pooper. Don't think monsters wash their hands. I'm not sure though. They might be very sanitary. Maybe even more than we human are. We will never figure out. I do not know monsters' bathroom routines, but I do know that the people coming here to take a dump do not order food. So apparently they come to my restaurant to shit and then just leave without ordering anything. I find that very, very weird though. Okay, let's take a look. We have enough meat, so not gonna have a problem with that. We need one of each. Then we're gonna need some extra boobies afterwards. So just gonna, oops. I know we're gonna need some extra boobies because we're gonna need to make some, and we're also gonna need to make some, we're gonna need to make a little of everything actually. Two of these, and two of these. So let's start with the milkshakes. Good. And that was this one and sugar. We could use one more of these. Even it's upgraded, it's not very, very fast. That's finished. Good. Then another one. There we go. And that's this one and this one. There we go. All good. Let's just make that sweet, sweet brain shake. Is that a protein shake? Because I know the brain contains a lot of protein. So I guess that's like the monster version of the protein shake. Good. Now we need 2 blood cakes. There we go. And these. There we go. All in all, I think monsters do have a high protein diet if you take on what they're eating in this game, at least. This, and this. Because all of these items seems to be very high in protein with all the human meat. Not that I know, actually, if human contain a lot of protein, but I would imagine we do. Especially the brain. So we're gonna need the 2 boobaloobies to sizzle. While they sizzle, we can go ahead and put all of these lovely things back into their chambers. We're gonna need 2 more brains and 1 boob. So 1 boob and 2 brains, and these are sizzled. So take the first one, put it in here. Take one and put this one here, okay. And for that we need flour, onion, tomato, a bowl, and some milk. There we go. That's the meat pie right there. Just let it spin right round, right. There we go. Take the next boobalooby without nipple piercings. There we go. Good, and a bowl and some milk. And then we're gonna order a little extra goodies for the kitchen when we're finished baking these. There we go. In the oven. We can, while they're baked, look. We're gonna need some more bowls and ears and tomatoes. Bowls, ears, tomatoes. We could do with more milk as well. So, bowl, ears, and tomatoes. And milk. So, we can just order that. Tomatoes. bowls, ear, and milk. There we go. Then we can begin serving these. Oh well, not serving, but packages. There we go. Throw them in here. Then we have the last meat pies. Or not the last meat pies, our meat pies, that is. Good. Then we should be ready to head to bed to go into day 58. There we go. Good. Time to hydrate. Time for a quick drink. It's important to stay hydrated, so just a quick drink. There we go. And back to business. Ugh. Okay, mousy, mousy. Where are you? There we are. Good. Then we're gonna do as we always do when we open up the kitchen. And open up all the windows. There we go. And then we are just gonna wait for our first customer of day 58. Right here. So, just gonna wait our sweet time. And behold, our first customers has appeared. Hello. You can take whatever window you want. Okay, beer. Easy start. We like that. We like easy starts. Always a good way to start the day with a beer, apparently. Fingerlings. Gonna finger that chest good. I get Harry Potter vibes from the chest, you know, with the book about bestiality or bestiality in Harry Potter, that book that snarls and growls and such. I get some kind of vibe towards that when I see the chest there. I'm not sure why, because that's a book and not the chest, but I do get a vibe from it like that. There we go. Are you ready yet? Are you ready yet? Are you ready yet? No. Okay. Are you ready now? Yes. I just apparently had to look away, then it's all ready. There we go. Take the brain. It's not like we have very much to do. It's not like we are very much in a hurry. Because, as I said, the monsters has kind of okay patience when they come to the window. It's first if they're standing in line, they're not that patient. So, it's not like we're really in a hurry here, also because we're well prepared. There we go. If we wasn't well prepared, we would be much more in a hurry for sure. There we go, a burger. So it's not like we have to run around like a chicken without its head, not at all. And a meat pie, so a burger and a meat pie. Let's find the meat pie. Okay, just gonna go through them all once again. Meat pie and a patty. That's a patty, that's a meat pie. You want beer? That's easy. So we're just gonna do all of these below here. Put the beer over there, then we can go over here. There we go. Take the patty. Ring the bell. Take the beer over here. Deliver the burger. I know I can deliver 3 things at a time, but then I tend to give the wrong monster the wrong order when I do that. So I do not like that. Fingers and blood cake. So blood cake and fingerlings. There we go. Then we're just gonna wait for the fingerlings. Hope we can get the human heart today. Then we actually played the game through. A little sad because we are having fun. Hope they will add more in the future. Maybe. I'm not sure. It is a first game of this developer, which I actually find hard to believe because it's very well done. But on the other hand, we get very many games that is first editions from developers these days that are actually quite okay done. Surprisingly enough. I remember when there was a time where game developing wasn't that easy as it is right now. Milkshake. It seems like everyone can make a game if they just put a little effort into learning it. But I'm not gonna try because I'm sure I will flog it. Even I have some very good ideas if I had to make a game, but nah. Also because maybe my ideas is only good inside of my head. I'm almost certain they're only good inside of my head. You know, the voice inside your head that says something is a good idea and you certainly find out it's not. Okay, we need 2 blood cakes, 1 milkshake, and 2 meat pies. So we're gonna need 2 booby-loobies, 1 milkshake. That's up now. There we go. That's the milkshake right there. Boobs done. Let's start with the milkshake because that's the easiest. Why do it keep hitting beside? There we go. I have no patience. Just let me do my fucking work. Okay, a boob. 1 boob into the jumper. Fair onion tomato. And then we're gonna need a bowl and some milky. There we go. All good. Take the next one. And once again, just the same routine as every fucking day in this lovely place where we live, cook and breed. I know the developer had a plan about a human farm where you could farm your own human meat, but let go of it because he couldn't make it as good as he wanted to, and I respect that fully. Even I'm curious what was the mindset of it and what the idea behind it were. I'm very curious about that, but I do acknowledge that you simply says it's not as I wanted, so I'm not gonna do it. Even I would have loved to seen how the idea was in the head of the developer. Also, let me mention this game ain't expensive because he wanted people to be able to afford it also, since it was the first game they made, so it's not very expensive either. So yeah, and at least I'm having a blast with it. There we go. I'm gonna remember to turn it on first before we actually put the bowl in. That's right. Kinda hard to get it out else. Then we're gonna close the oven. And let's take a look here. We need 2 brains, 1 spaghetti meat, 1 patty, and 2 boobies. So we're gonna need 1 of each at least. Start with putting that in. Then we need 1 more brain and 1 more boob. These 2. There we go. And these are ready. efficiency, I think. There we go. Then we can take these two and one meat over here. Throw that in here, throw these in here. And these two. And the party. All about efficiency. There we go. Is there anything we need? Seems like we're good over here. And it seems like we're good over here. So no, there's nothing we need. So let's go to bed. Turn it into day 59. Good, all good. We're now on day 59, almost 2 months into this restaurant, and we're on level 31. We have money on the account, we have our helper cards, everything is upgraded, everything is nice. So let's just do our morning routine here. There we go. Then we're ready to serve up the lovely, lovely monsters of this community once again. Hello, sir, the mentor thingy. Kinda look like a Dementor, doesn't it? Good, you want a spaghetti? Let's see. There we go. What do you want? A boob? Good, on the griddle with the booby. And you, fingers. Sure thing, we're gonna finger you. We're gonna take some fingers, put it on the griddle. Kitchen fire, we have the cat singing that. So we're not really gonna worry about it. We have our little fire cat. Before we had to run to get the fire extinguisher. But now we have our little fire kitty cat doing all the hard work for us. A boob, a finger, and what do you want? Boob, finger, boob. So 2 boobs and a set of fingers. There we go. And you, sir? Milkshake. That one's right there. That's the milkshake. Good, the 2 boobies. That's the 2 boobaloobies. Right there, right there. Fingers. That's right here. Take some money. There we go. As you can see, not like we're very much in a hurry. The brain, we sometimes have a little more hectic, but it's not like we're really much in a hurry. I think I would be if I wasn't preparing so much the day before. Then I actually think I would kind of stress. You want blood cake? Sure. That's a blood cake right there. And the brain right here now, okay. You want fingerlings? And you want burgers, so fingers and burgers. A menu. There we go. I'm just making this one ready for the patty. There we go. And you want the boob. So that's the manurger. That's the fingerlings. And then we got a boobalooby coming up. So a boob. There we go, and you, a boob. Not that hard. Good chest. A meat pie. So we're gonna find a meat pie out here. There we go. Meat pie. Boop. Boop. Boo boo. There we go. And 2 boobies. Take the order here. A meat pie. Sure thing. And you, a boob. The boobs are selling very well today. And you, meat pie. Meat pie and boobs. All love the boobs and the meat pie today. Generally the milkshake is not selling very well. Mouth. Okay, we will give you mouth. Closing time is coming up. Good. You want an egg. So an egg. Put it right there. This one is ready. Serve the mouth. Take the eggy. There we go. And there we go. Good. So, we need to make 3 meat pies, 1 of these, and 1 milkshake. So let's start with the milkshake. Once again, we'll start with the easy one. The milky shakey. Come on, come on. There we go. That was the milkshake. And I think, was it? Yeah. Let's just see. 3 meat pies and 1. Okay, so 3 meat pies. That's almost all boobs. We're actually almost out of boobs today. And 1 of the cakes. So that's the cake. Turn the griddle off. There we go. We're gonna chop some more human today. Good. Open this one up. Take 1 of these. And then we're gonna head over here. Put it in there. There we go. Just grinding up some more meat, some more meat, some more meat. Just grinding up some more meat all day long. Take another one. I would like if we could upgrade our walking speed. Not the run function, the sprint function, just the normal walking speed. But it's not really as if we're stressing. It's not like the highest pace of game. At least not when you get the routine. When you get the routine about things, you're not stressing as much. In the beginning, and with new advanced recipes, you will of course stress a little. That would be inevitable. But else you're not stressing that much. At least I'm not. I'm quite relaxed. Also some simulation games you're stressing a whole shitload all the time. Keep up. You're not in this one. You're kind of cozy. Okay. Let's just start the process. That's 1 of each. Then we need 1 more of brains and a lot of boobies. There we go. All good, all set with that. Brain, spaghetti, and patty. Good. Let's head in and order. Let's just order 3 more humans. There we go. White selection, black male, white male, and a white female. So all skinny though. I would think that fattier people would make the best burgers and such, because they have the fat, and you know, fat when it's rendering, it makes it more tasteful. So I'm not sure why it's all 6-pack men. And the fat ones should be easier to catch as well. I think fat people are easier to catch, at least. At least when you get up to decent size, you're not going to be hard to catch anymore. I can tell so, because I've been a decent size myself before I lost 50 kilos. There we go. What do we miss? 3 more? Just making these sweet boobies. I'm actually surprised how uniform the rubies are. They're very uniform in size. Not very big variation in the size of the boobies on this, but that might be because we make them out of grinded meat, and I'm not sure if I will know what we use in our grinded meat to turn it into a boob. It's some serious meat sticky glue thingy we're using. That's for sure. There we go. Are we good over here? We're good. What about over here? Seems like we're good as well. Okay. Day 60. We're done it. 2 months is in this dump. 2 months serving up human flesh. And we are almost level 32. So we're getting somewhere here. So just head back into the kitchen as usual. Open up, turn on. Put up paper. And open up the window shutters. There we go. All good, all nice. And then just wait for the sweet customers to come. Hello, little blue dotted friend. Ear soup, of course. There we go. And as I said, and has said multiple times before, I know we already have it cooked. But when we do not have anything in the pot, we might as well just make it on the fly. See, now we got another thing on the pot. There we go. And then we would have had that monster to wait for it. So that way we can use whatever we have on hand in storage to do, so they're faster out when several are ordering from the pot. We could do that with the oven as well, but it's not really that bad of a deal. Okay, if we just open this one up, take another brain, then we can make both brain at the same time. There we go. Because it is like it resets the timer on the food in the oven if you open the oven meanwhile you're cooking. So just a little hack if you're going to play it yourself. If you have more that needs to go into the oven, just open the door and let it in. There we go, 2 brains. One brain, 2 brain. Ear soup. There we go. 3 satisfied customers. An egg and a mouth. There we go. Egg. Mouth. No, not on the floor. And a blood cake. There we go. Look at this one. If we remember to turn it on, it might cook faster. I think that's a good idea, at least if you want it to cook, to turn it on. Might be a bloody good idea. As you can see, we have something to do, but it's not like we're overwhelmed. That's the boob. Now we have an ear soup. And it's not like we're getting goblin rage a lot. Kitty catty fire cat is just going at it. There we go. Mouth. And a soup bowl. There we go. Take the soup. I like to have approximately 2 to 5 orders at a time. That was the soup. Now we have the mouth in here. Because then we have something to do with all our appliances. Ear soup, meat pie, and okay. So now we have 1 spaghetti to make. Then we will take the ear soup off the fridge because that's more complicated to make than this one. So we want an ear soup and a meat pie. Meat pie first, and ear soup. Then the spaghetti is finished. Sorry about the cough. Take the new orders in. A milkshake and a brain and a... Okay. So we're gonna put up this one first. There we go. What do you want? So 2 meat pies and a milkshake. 1, 2. A milkshake. The milkshake was the last one we took. There we go. We leveled up. We're now level 32. 1 level from the human heart. Another meat pie. You cannot take the money if you close the shutters, just notion. So we're gonna need to make 4 meat pies today. There we go. So we're gonna run out here, take 4 boobies. Put them up on the grill. Can only have 3 at a time, remember that. There we go. And then we needed 1 cake and 1 milkshake. So that's the milkshake right there. I have something that tickles in the throat. There we go. milkshake right there. Good. Then we needed 1 cake. Good. There we go. And plug that in here. Then the meat pies afterwards. Just grinding up the humans, the humans, the humans. Grinding up the humans all day long. So this one, this, and this. Then we're gonna need this and this. We're gonna need more beer soon. So we might want to buy that soon. I think we will do that when we finished off with the meat pies and the cake. Good. And let's see, there we go. And there. Throw that in, close the hatch, blend it up. Then we have the last 2 remaining. Good. We're able to get 3 up there. So we can get them all at one go. I like that. Milk. I'm making it ready for the little bowl. There we go. And then we got the last one. Last meat pie. They do take a lot of time to make, that's for sure. But then again, we also have the advantage. We can just throw them in the fridge. We don't have to make them when people actually order them, as in the beginning. Because that's annoying. There we go. That's close enough to being good. That wouldn't be spilled out, not at all. Not a chance that would spill out or anything. There we go. There. There we go. Good, so now we're gonna make more. 5 boobs, and some brains, and some spaghetti. So, no patties. 1 more spaghetti, and 2 more boobs. So, spaghetti all done. So now we need another brain. And 2 more boobs. 4. And the last booby. 5. There we go. I think we made enough. I think we should be able to calculate with what I made there. Okay, we're gonna need... do we need anything actually? We need blood beer, that's right. Blood beers and bowls. So blood beer and bowls. And then we should actually be good in a moment. There we go. There we go. So now we get to go to sleep. Today 61. Once again, guess what we're going to do? We are gonna do our preparation. Put up paper, open the oven, open this hatch, even I haven't had any help of it, while when I have the things in the fridge, turn on the grill and open up the chutes, allowing customers to come. We are aiming for the next level to get the human heart. We are aiming for that. Might not happen yet. We will not know before we get there. I'm not sure how much experience we accumulate towards a level in one day. I haven't really paid attention to that. One of those, okay. Not an easy start on this day, like when they just stop by to order blood beer. And a cake that is already made. There we go. And take the spaghetti. There we go. And an eye or an egg, call it whatever you want. It's a little eyeball here. Splooch on the grill. I'm not sure what's worse with this eye, the way it crisps up in the game, or the way it looked. Because both are not very pleasant. Blood cake and a brain and fingers. So, fingers, brain, and blood cake. Blood cake win, then brain, and then fingers. I have to prioritize a little, and an egg. I once again forgot to turn on the damn oven. That messes my interclock up a little. I have milkshake. There we go. And brain. Always messes me up a little when things are out of the ordinary. Then again, we human are made as a creature of habits, so it might not be that weird. Milkshake and brain. That's the hit of the day, milkshake and brain. They're so unpredictable, I like that. It's not like 2 days are equal to each other. Good. There we go. Then the brain is ready to wrap up. I would like a kitty cat to collect money. Can I please get that? Just a singular kitty cat that wraps off the money. Let's see. Spaghetti and an ear soup. Now what do you want? A ear soup. So we're gonna just take 1 ear soup out of here. Get rid of the first one. And then we're gonna take a meat pie out of here. There we go. Milkshake and ear soup. So we're gonna put the ear soup over. And water. There we go. I had to remember the recipe since I'm not the one normally cooking this way. Normally I'm more of Honda base builder. If you, for example, takes after Harry Potter in the Harry Potter genre. Am I talking nonsense again? If I am, please let me know. Of course, it wouldn't be the first time today I'm talking nonsense. For some reason my brain is a little cooked today. I saw it also when I was trying to play Farming and Supermarket Simulator earlier. I was needing to take some ketchup, I think it was, and I kept taking onions or eggs or something like that. No, I needed eggs and I kept trying to take onions, something like that at least. I was so snotty confused. Forvirret. Forvirret is the Danish word for confused. There we go. Oh, we still have one pooper over here. He just wants a mouth. Okay. There we go. And we can start making all the other dishes once again. There we go. Good. So it's this one. Take an option. 10997. We need 3 brain beers, so let's start with that. Or free milkshake, that is. So we're gonna start with that. So yeah, let's just get to it. Just swing it round, swinging it around. There we go, that was milkshake right there. Let's head over here. Take ingredients for an oat milkshake. Pot and sugar. Put it there, remember to turn it on. There we go. Let's see, that was a milkshake. Need one more milkshake. If we remember to open up the hatch on the thingy, then it would be much easier to hit it. Because then it wouldn't fall beside all the time. There we go. Then we're done with the milkshakes at least. Good. Let's see here. We need 1 meat pie. We could go make a ear soup while we wait. Because those are not that terrifying hard. That's one of these. And one of these and one of these. There we go. Put that in here. Crank this one up. That's this one, and this one. And we're gonna need the milk and 2 cups. One for the ear soup. There we go. And one for this one when it's going to the oven. That's the ear soup right there. There we go. This one's going in here. Let's see, what about the blood cake? 2 blood cakes. So, there we go. Open the fucking hatch. And then... there we go. Oh, close the hatch, blend it all together. There we go. That's one. We need one more. There we go. Once again, remember to turn it on. And then we're gonna need this one, and this one. There we go. Funny that it sucks ingredients into it so easily, but when we have to put up the bowl or the little pitcher or mug, we actually get it beside it quite a lot. So now we're just gonna cook up all the lovely goodies here. So that's just how it is. There we go, before we make the meat for the next day. We're gonna need a few brains. Might need to grind some humans again today. That's what we're here for. And we're almost halfway to get the last recipe. So there we go. Hurl these here. Then we're gonna buy some more. Let's see, what do we need? We need some ears, some sugar, flour, cups, milk, and eggs. So a lot, and we could go with some maps as well. So let's see. We needed 3 humans. Water, ice, ears, bowls, mugs, milk, flour, sugar. Let's buy some ice as well. Then we are on the safe pitch, or safe side. Let's take the humans. The little helper cat cannot take the humans for us. So now we're just gonna start here. Look at them getting turned into lovely, lovely sausages. Just enjoying our macabre business. Last one up. Then let's take a look. We need one of these, one of these, and one of these. So let's start with that. No brains on this batch. So one of these, and one of these. That's finished, and that's finished. So not much selling anything else. And 6 brains. So at least it's kind of fast, these automatical machines. There we go. One more. And take 3. Put them in here. Why didn't that one hit? There we go. And then take the leftover sausages. Funny enough, Those hit very well to the fridge. Now it tends to not hit in the first try sometimes with the brain for some reason. Good. And it looks like we are all good on products. Yeah, seems fine. So now day 62 in this lovely business here. Getting one step closer to the last component. The recipe for the human heart. Then we got the heart of the business. Good. Papers up. Open oven, open hatch, turn on this one, and open shutters. There we go. And now just wait for the first lovely customer of the day. Gonna wait for the first lovely customer to come in, to come in, to come in. There was the little ding. Oh-ba-dum. We got the plant versus zombie plant. What can I do for you? Fuckface? A beer? That's the easy start again today. There we go. And piss off with you. Come again another time. Buy something more expensive next time, please. He's so slow. Just limping his way over here. You'd like a brain? Yeah, sure you would, Mon. A little zombie. Zombies love brains. Like cups, like donuts, I think. You want a milkshake? We can do that. Well, one milkshake. Let's look if the brain is ready. There we go. Now it is. And deliver the brain over here. You want boob and you want fingers, so that's griddle items. There we go. And we got one again on the shitter, and they're not gonna pay me anything else or buy anything. They're just coming here to poop. A milkshake. There you go. Booby-dooby, some fingers. That's the fingers. And oops, all the way around. I'm giving the next round here. Milkshake again. Good. There you go. Brain shake. Protein shake for you, little chesty. Trusty chesty. Now we're halfway to 33 at least. Ear soup. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Kitchen fire. Little catty cat is going to take care of that. There we go. Turn this on. Take a bowl. There we go. Let it turn red. There we go. Then ready to serve this lovely dried ear soup up. There we go. You want a boobalooby? You gonna get a flap boob. There we go. And you want the spaghetti? There we go. Spaghetti for you. Spaghetti coming your way. There we go. The boob is ready to be served. There you go. And we got you, little limpy friend. Mouth. So, just gonna go take a donut. Put it in here, turn it on. Oops. Confusing myself on the way. A blood cake. Sure. Blood cake. Donuts ready. There you go. You want the meat pie? Sure thing. Just gonna serve the mouth first. Giving mouth to the monster right here. You've seen it. We're doing it. fingers. So fingers and a meat pie. Meat pies up first. There you go. And then fingers on the griddle. What do the Murloc want? Boob. There. Yeah, fingers for that one. There you go. An eye. Sure, let's run out after an eye. There we go. And the boobalooby should be finished. Can we get it? Right there. Closing time. And we just have preparation for the next day. And we're getting closer and closer to the next goal, the human heart. So, just making the little brain for the green fellow while he's licking his lips in excitement. There we go, come on. There we go, good brain. Goody, goody, goody. There you go. Let's see. Need 1 meat pie and 1 cake. And 3. So let's start with the cake. There we go, put this one up on the griddle. There. There we go. Turn this one on. And this one's finished. Then we can wait a moment because we're gonna need more things out here that we can carry. There we go. There, and the boob. Then we need bowl and milk. There we go. Turn this one on. Every step gets us closer and closer to the heart. There we go. And then we need to make some of this. Turn this one on. It cooks better if you turn it on. Milkshakes. To be fair, it cooks very much better if you turn the oven on. No. There we go. These two. Hurl them in here. Then we're gonna take these 3 with us. There we go. Put this one over here. Take this one in a shucker. Let that one grind up. Then we can go out here, take the first ingredients again. Take this one over here. And then we're gonna need this one and this one. Put that one in there. Let that one grind up again. There we go. And take these. And this one. Oops. Put that on there. And hurl these in here. Good. So now, we're gonna make 5 brains, 1 spaghetti meat, and 4 boobies. So, boobies, this one, and this one. No patties today. Boobie, brain, spaghetti. Now we only need boobies and brains. There we go. All good. And the boobie. We need 2 more boobies and 2 more brains. That's the brains right there. And the boobies right here. All good. And it looks kinda healthy with everything else over here. Also with everything over here. Good. So now we can head to bed. Start day 63. Just gonna start the next day here. We're aiming for the brain. That's our goal. Oh, not the brain. The human heart. The heart of our operation. So. And open up the shutters. Come on, y'all, you little fuckers. The shutters are open. Who's the first customer of the day? Come on in, come on in. We got everything a monster could possibly like, except the heart. We cannot give you hearts yet. We will soon have them available as well. Remember, if you choose the fingers, you find a golden ring. You get a free meal. If you get a toe in your finger fries, you will get a drink on the house. If you choose the boobies and you get a nipple piercing, you will get the meal for free. You would like a burger. That's actually sometimes since the monster wants burger, so we gonna put up the burger party here. And you would like a burger as well. Oh my god, is it burger day? Is it Manurger day? Apparently it's the day for the Manurgers. There we go. There we go. And these two. And again. Beer and finger fries. Good choices. So finger fries and beer. This one's ready. There you go. And you would like a meat loaf. There we go. And the finger fries are ready. Meatloaf for you. A beer for you, sir. One moment, coming up. And you would like a beer as well? 2 beers coming right up. There we go. 2 beers on your taps. And a milkshake. There we go. Drink roulette. Not that we need to collect the money. An egg. Good. It's not like we're missing money anymore. And you would like finger fries, so let's head out, take the finger fries. We should be able to do that before the egg is finished. There we go. You would like a boob. Good choice, sir. It's tender meat. It's the best of the best. Creme de la creme. Booby doobies. There we go. Who don't like boobies? An egg. Booby is ready. And fingers. Right, today is a lot of griddle things. And that was finger fries. So put that on the griddle. You, a beer. It's beer and griddle. Or grill. Beer and griddle. Beer and grill. There we go. Finger fries up as well. Let's start with those. There you go. You can choose your order while we serve up the beer. You want a blood cake? Sure thing, coming your way in just a moment. And you would like an ear soup, so blood cake's up first. No. Blood cake. There we go. That's the bloody cake for you. You want finger fries, so let's put those up while we find the ingredients for the ear soup. There we go. And there we go. Yes, turn this on. Put the fingers here, go out, take a bowl. That was fingers. Ear soup. There we go. And a mouth and a bloody cake. I don't think we get any more customers, so a mouth and a bloody cake. We will take the mouth first, since that has to go in the oven, and a bloody cake. There we go. And the mouth should be about ready now. There we go. Good. All good. Soon we're there. Good. 2 cakes. 1 milkshake. And 1 booba-dooby thingy. Okay, so 1 milkshake. We're starting with the milkshake, the milkshake, the milkshake. All day long. I didn't turn it on, did I? No. There we go. Good. Open this one up, the hatch. Put this one in. Put this one over here. That's for this one, so we're gonna need, now I'm doing it the wrong way here. Gonna need the greens. And a bowl. Hopefully we did it right, even we did it in the wrong order. Confused ourselves a little. And then we needed 2 cakes. There we go. And 2 cakes, so that's ice, milk. Open up. Ice and milk. And these 3. There we go. Let's mix a mixy. That's 1 cake. And ice. And milk. Open the hatch. Throw it in. There we go. And turn it on. There we go. Let's cook these bad boys up. Right there. We are almost getting the heart now. Hopefully these will set us to the edge where we get the heart. We can pack this up while we wait. Throw it in there. Doesn't look like we're going to achieve the heart before tomorrow. I might make an exception. Normally I do not buy recipes in the middle of the day, but if we don't get the heart before tomorrow, we will. Okay, we need 1 brain and 2 of these 2. Okay, so 1, 1, and 1. And then we need 2 more, 1 more boob and 1 more patty. There we go. There we go. We will make an exception and buy the brain tomorrow during the day, because we will get it tomorrow. First, before we go to bed, hydration time. remember to take something to drink. And we do look good on all other ingredients, so that's good. Let's head to bed. Day 64 here. Hard time coming up. It's a hard time. Ha ha ha. Good. Now we will turn on all the appliances. There we go. And then we will just stand here fumbling our own navel, playing tug of war with our own thumbs until we get our first client of the day. And that's this lovely fellow with the blue spots. I'm not sure what illness the blue spots is, but I'm not sure a doctor can cure it. You would like an ear soup? Coming your way. You would like a boob? We will just throw the boob on while we finish up the ear soup here. There we go. Go out after a little pot or little bowl. There we go. And there we go. That's the ear soup right there. What would you like? Ear soup? And you would like ear soup as well? Well, well, well. Let's just head right here and take 2 out then. There we go. Making it easy for ourselves. We leveled up. Congratulations, you unlocked everything available for purchase upon reaching level 33. Keep playing, upgrading, completing tasks, and leveling up, having fun. Credits. Thank you for playing Human Fast Food. This game is truly a passion project brought to life thanks to you, the player. I'm not a weirdo, I swear. The game developer Bruno Bricci. The reason I do this, Giovanni Bricci. Special thanks to Capjo, Dre, Floppy Sims, and a shitload of other streamers. Important, Human Fast Food use Unreal Engine. Unreal is a trademark registered. Okay. So now we have the brain. I will go unlock brains so we can see it and buy the ingredients for it. There we go. Full menu. So now we can make brains. And we will take the easy route on what we can do here. We have 2 beers and 2 mouths. So we will start with the 2 mouths in the oven. Hopefully someone is going to buy our beer. Not our beer, our hearts. Take the beers. There you go. That's the beers. There we go. Then we have the mouths. There we go. That's the mouths. Good. That was a little slow. Good. We have a burger on the menu and a brain. I know the brain we do have in our fridge, so we're just gonna do that. There we go. That's the brain. The burger should be up right now. There we go. Oops, forgot the paper. There we go. We're gonna look in our menu in just a second to see how we are making the heart. Let's see, recipe. The heart is just fried. Okay. Let's hope we get a heart. Meat pie, milkshake, boob, heart, boob, and brain. Okay, so we have 2 boobs and a heart. So a heart and 2 boobs. Then we have this one, and that one. We can go for the fridge. That's this one. Then we have the meat pie and the milkshake. So milkshake first, meat pie, and this one. That's the heart. And speeding. Crazy. That's the boobies. And now it's closing time. So there we go. Meat pie. This one. Ear soup and a booby. So meat pie and ear soup we can take in the fridge. Oops, not this one. I think I have a ear soup left. Yes. And meat pie. Yes. Meat pie. Ear soup. Then a boob and this one. Okay. A boob. There you go. And 2 tomatoes. There we go. There we go. And boob is ready to serve. And you go. There you go. Let's just take a quick look at the book before we do decide anything else. Let's see. That's ingredients, upgrade, structure. We have everything unlocked. Recipes, we have everything unlocked. Appliances, we have everything unlocked. So this is it for human fast food. We actually finished the whole game. There's nothing more we can do in the game. We can level up more, earning more money, and that's about it. But I really had a blast with this game, and I hope you had a blast watching as long as I hope you had a blast watching along as well. And if you did, please like, subscribe, follow, hit the little bell if you want notifications. And hopefully I will see you around. Shield Maiden's out of here. Hey!